So, Emily, great as always. So thank you so much for your talk. It's really always pleasure to have you chatting with us. It is getting dark again here in Ottawa. Look at this. The day is coming along. We're having a lot of fun. And have you had any gingerbread cookies?
I haven't had any gingerbread
Excellent,
cookies
because
yet.
you cannot have anything
No,
until we're done.
I know. I'm being slapped on my fingers every time I
Every
try.
time,
Yeah.
yes.
But another question, have you had any Java today?
Oh, plenty of Java.
Plenty of Java.
That's what keeps us going.
That's what's keeping us up.
Yes.
But talking about Java,
yes.
we have talked a lot about of JakartaOne and latest now about microprofile and even Raspberry Pis and all kinds of stuff. But it's all Java.
Yes.
Except the Kotlin talk, which is sort of
But
Java.
sort of, JVM-ish.
Let's call it
yes,
Java.
Yes.
So we have a lot of Java stuff, and Eclipse Foundation, it's almost all about Java.
Yes.
And one of the projects is Adoptium.
Adoptium, yeah. And it is actually quite fascinating to see how Adoptium is flourishing. So
you can almost say Adoptium has been adopted.
Adopted,
yes. By the community.
By the community. Yeah. And why don't we have our program manager or community manager for Adoptium introduce Adoptium to us?
Yeah, let's show a video with Carmen doing that.
Hello JakartaOne community, I'm Carmen Delgado, Adoptium Community Manager. It's a pleasure to be back. First, I want to thank Tanya, Chamnan, Ivar, and other Eclipse and Jakarta team members for their hard work in organizing this event. And congratulate the community on their 5th anniversary. What a ride, huh? Last time, I asked if you use Eclipse Xamarin, our vendor-neutral and enterprise-ready Java runtime. This time, I'm sure that you are using it because Xamarin is everywhere, like in GitHub, Jenkins, Atlassian. If you, for example, use one of those services, you use Xamarin. Or maybe you just did one of our over 25 million monthly downloads. But let's talk about the Adoptium working group in general, because we work on more projects and topics than just Xamarin. Since I want to highlight security and quality today, I will talk about Eclipse Aquabit. Aquabit assures security, durability, scalability, and performance requirements for Java runtimes. And it's not only used to verify our Xamarin builds, but it has become a standard approach. Companies like Microsoft, Red Hat, IBM, Huawei, among others, use it to verify their Java runtime, and most of which can be downloaded from our marketplace. Next to Aquabit, we have been working on several other security-related topics to make Java, OpenJDK, and Xamarin as rocket solid as possible. We continue the focus from 2022 on making security and reproducibility a crucial part of all projects for a successful, secure software supply chain by adding SBOM, Software Bill of Materials. We can proudly say that Xamarin is compliant with the security standard SALSA Build 2 and is working on getting Build L3. Oh, and since version 21, all Xamarin builds are deterministic. You can create a diff of 2 Xamarin builds that are built with the same dependency and they will be binary identicals. These dependencies are tracked within the SBOM that are published alongside the Xamarin binaries they describe. And that's real reproducibility. We want to thank our community members for their hard work in helping achieve this goal. While the tasks we are working on are growing, our communities have also grown. We have welcomed 2 new members, Canonical and OpenElements, and some new sponsors through our GitHub sponsorship program. With that growth in the working group, we are thrilled that our members, Azure, IBM, OpenElements, and Red Hat, have listed their commercial support for our projects. That is a huge milestone for enterprise users of Xamarin. I believe that all those achievements in 2023 are the reason why Xamarin is one of the most downloaded Java runtimes in the world, with almost 800 million downloads. And if you are one of those companies that use Xamarin, I invite you to join our adopter page to show that your company a proud user of our more famous vendor-neutral runtime. Just go to adoptium.net/adopter and add yourself. And of course, if you have any further question or want to know more about us, you can visit our website adoptium.net, where you will find our community chat and social media links. Thanks for your time.
So 25 million downloads each month. That's quite a bit.
I know. So Adoptium as a working group is gaining quite a bit of popularity, I would say.
Yeah, and it's only been around since like May last year.
Last year, so it is quite impressive. Yeah, totally.
And may have seen the studio sessions I've had with Shabnam earlier, and we've been telling fun facts all the day. And of course we have a fun fact here as well, or I don't, so I hope you have a fun fact. So I'll challenge you a little bit by telling some fun fact related to Adoptium.
Okay, so I don't know if you know that actually the flagship of Adoptium project is called Eclipse Xamarin. So now the fun fact is, what does Xamarin mean and how did the community come about it? And actually, it is just the anagram of the word runtime. So there is far more meaning to the word Xamarin than comes to the eye initially. So I really love the little twist.
That's a fun fact. So let's you judge whether Tanya met the challenge and tell in the chat if it was a fun fact or not.
Yeah, maybe some people already know that.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm
but it is a fun
amused.
fact.
I find it.
And it is a fact.
It's quite clever. It's a fact, and it's fun, and it's clever. Okay, so another notion that people should know about Adoptium is the Aquavit. So
Yeah.
do you want to mention it a little bit? What kind of test is that?
Yeah, so aquavit, I'm from Norway, and aquavit, that's our kind of national drink. So I know everything about aquavit, but it's also a test suite, as you say, and it is. You know how the OpenJDK, in order to be a Java version, has to pass the TCK or test compatibility kit for Java. But that only tests for compatibility. And Aquavit also tests for security, performance, resilience, endurance, so, to make sure that the runtime actually can be used safely in production. So it's kind of a release-ready runtime that you get by passing the Aquavit test suite. So it's kind of a quality stamp.
Yeah.
So where the TCK test for compatibility, Aquavit test for quality.
And I'm sure that's part of the reason why Adoptium is so popular.
Yeah.
So, and I do want to remind community that we have quite a few other Java-related projects, but now I would like to kind of come back to our JakartaOne world.
Yes.
And then there is another project that we have been working quite a bit on. And actually, a little bit later, our next speaker and last speaker of the day will who was quite a bit involved in this project, will have a talk not related to this project, but I just wanted to mention and make a correlation there. But I'm thinking of a starter project, and I just wanted us to kind of recap the importance of the starter project.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. So we realized that JakartaOne was missing a kind of a simple place to get started with JakartaOne. So we initiated the starter project, which is now can be found on startjakarta.ee, or just by navigating to the website jakarta.ee and choose the starter. It's an orange button or some colored button in the menu, so it's easy to find.
Yes.
And you get to the starter where you choose a couple of things, like which version of Jakarta EE do you want to run in Docker, and etc. And you generate a project and it's up and running directly. And you can choose from different runtimes as well.
Mm-hmm. So that is something that can get you going really fast. So you can check out and see all the implementations and runtimes available to you. But beside that, I do want to remind people, as we're getting closer and closer to the end of our web conference, to always answer the polls, to also remind everyone, and I think you were forced this time to be even switching between different streaming platforms, but we're streaming on YouTube, on X, we should start really calling it X, right? Yeah. And then where else?
LinkedIn.
There was something else that YouTube, right?
Yes,
Did I mention that?
Yes.
Okay, so check that out. But I also would like to remind you that we're still looking for your gingerbread cookies, if you made any. So we will run a little ad on that just to jiggle your creativity on that. And then we will also want to remind you why Jakarta EE is important. So we'll run those two little videos, and then we'll come back to Jakarta EE.
And while the video runs, we will eat some gingerbread.
No, Ivar, until the end, no gingerbread cookies.
Okay. So let's.
You may ask, why choose Jakarta EE? Well, there's a good chance you already have. Java is one of the prevalent programming languages in the industry. With the rise of Java, Java EE was established as a set of specifications for enterprise Java application development. A vast majority of Fortune 500 companies are running their mission-critical applications on Java EE, and now Jakarta EE. They are choosing an open, vendor-neutral, and community-driven approach to application development technologies. Most developers already know that Jakarta EE is the continuation of Java EE, focusing on modernizing its foundation for today's needs of cloud architectures. But what you may not know is how deeply ingrained this technology is and will continue to be. Jakarta EE is ubiquitous. The Jakarta EE vendor-neutral community is currently at work to keep the back end of enterprise Java applications running in various industries. Products you may know, such as Jetty, Tomcat, Jersey, and Spring, all rely on Jakarta EE technologies. Jakarta EE is the standard, a set of specifications for enterprise Java application development. It is well understood and widely accepted because of its stability, portability, and backwards compatibility. Vendors rely on standardized Jakarta EE specifications to build their Jakarta EE compatible products. This provides enterprise Java developers with flexibility in selecting their preferred runtimes to build and run enterprise Java applications. But being the standard does not mean being rigid. Jakarta EE is modular, capable of being adapted to fit different platforms and profiles for different organizations all over the world. Jakarta EE enables you to use the individual specifications independently or together. Depending on your application type and needs, you may choose to utilize the Jakarta EE platform, Jakarta EE web profile, or Jakarta EE core profile. In fact, that's exactly why Jakarta EE is so innovative. The Jakarta EE Working Group opens the door to cloud-native Java innovation. and allows a global community of contributors to continuously build and shape the open source future of Jakarta EE as a vendor-neutral technology. Whatever new challenges you and your organization face, Jakarta EE will grow to meet them, and you will be part of it. Jakarta EE chooses you at every step, and that is why you should choose Jakarta EE.
Okay, and I think let me tell you that everyone is teasing me here. I'm mentioning that it's dark here in Ottawa. It is 5 p.m. It is dark, and we're reaching out our last talk of the day, and it's with great pleasure to introduce you to Reza Rahman and his talk, a Freakonomic take on open standards and Jakarta EE. Reza is a super important member of our community, taking action in many projects, including the starter that I mentioned earlier. And why don't we hear what he's having to say about Freakonomic and open source standards in Jakarta EE?